after this week, the future of Phoenix looks even brighter. What is up, Capstone family? Ed Drummond with Capstone Realty here. Thanks for watching and tuning in, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Again, try to put these weekly videos out just to let you know what's happening in the market, let you know what's happening behind the scenes here at Capstone, let you know what our future projections are, and kind of a little bit about where we've been. But hey, this week was an awesome week for a few different reasons. One personal, I'll tell you that in a minute. But we had President Biden here in Phoenix, and he went up to TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor, and basically they announced that TSMC announced that instead of just a $12 billion facility, it's now going to be a $40 billion facility. They want to take production. Basically, I guess, 30 years ago, we had 30% of chip manufacturing all here in the States. Right now, it's only at like 10% between all the companies. They want to take that back up closer to higher, right? They want manufacturing to be, more dominant here in the States, which is a great sign for Phoenix because here are some quick stats that I read this week due to that. So TSMC is planning on bringing about 4,500 jobs here to the Phoenix area directly, right? 4,500 there. This also creates, listen to this. So from a construction side of things, remember, this project is humongous. Like, it's so ridiculous when you're driving up the 17, you're like, wait, it starts there and it's wow. Oh, yeah. You look at it that way, you're like, whoa. I showed my daughters, we're driving back from up north last weekend, and she was just like, wow, that is huge. Look at all those cranes. I was like, yeah, it's legit. 21,000 construction jobs. That's a lot. In addition, it says that from supplier companies, they're expected to have 13,000 jobs from that end, which I thought was, is also another huge number. A lot of people moving to that area or around the valley based on semiconductor manufacturing here in the valley. That's awesome. That definitely helps keep Phoenix at the forefront of what's happening in the real estate space. Now, when we read the news, when we watch things that are happening on the national news, Phoenix is one part removed from a lot of that. One argument that I'd like to make is that Phoenix has water, right? Phoenix gets most of its water from a watershed that comes from the White Mountains. And realistically, it continually refeeds our aquifers. Where a lot of our water goes is to agriculture. A lot of the stuff that comes from the Colorado River, stuff like that goes to agriculture. So as that dries up, that makes agriculture a tougher play, right? I spoke to a gentleman this afternoon who works for a large real estate company here in town, legal company, and he was talking about what it looks like on the fringe areas that agriculture is now having to go away and they're putting in houses. Well, agriculture takes so much water. He didn't know the magnitude as to how much more water, but it's just so much more that some of the groundwater is now starting to replenish, which is causing another series of issues. So lawsuits that he's seeing are tying into that type of thing, which is interesting. It's like, wow, we're hearing all of these stories, and it's like, it depends on who you ask, depends on how deep they are into these markets and really knowing what's happening. One thing that he did mention was there are certain parts of the valley that are going to have water issues because it's either the municipality doesn't have water rights or something along those lines, right? Something that I don't understand. And if you're looking to buy an investment property in the fringe areas, maybe south of Phoenix, maybe in the Casa Grande area, you might want to do some due diligence on water rights and what that looks like and how much water they have to go around. He didn't really elaborate much more than that, but when I started talking about opportunities to buy property at good pricing as the market's shifting, he didn't think that was a good play down that way based on what he knows about water. So there's something for you. Right now, active listings are dipping, and I mean, first and foremost, we're taking properties off the market. We did in November. We had it was like 5 or 6 going into November on the market for sale. Only one of those is in escrow, and the rest of them we put back on the market for rent or took off the market to put back on after the first of the year. In the MLS, all we do have to do is wait 45 days, and if you take it off the market for 45 days, on day 46, you can put it back on the MLS, and it will treat it as day 0, which helps with the traffic and the numbers and makes the listing not look so stale. That number used to be 90 days. Now it's at 45. So that's very, very helpful to those of us that are pivoting in this market and figuring out what we're doing. Hey, I want to give a huge shout. This week we had an amazing opportunity. We got presented with this awesome, Capstone Contributes got presented with this award, congressional recognition by Congresswoman Debbie Lesko. We are super, super, super grateful, super proud of Capstone Contributes and what it's done. And realistically, I just want to give huge thanks to everyone who has made Capstone Contributes what it is. And it's a lot of you. It's such a community thing to make this work, right? I'm part of a couple of different organizations, and one in particular, our BNI group, really brings it. I mean, I ask people for a lot of money to make this work, right? And they pay it, and they pay it willingly because it's for such a good cause. The Homeless Engagement Lift Partnership does a great job here in town, and I have to be so transparent when I say this, that I do not think that without that organization, Capstone Contributes would be what it is, because they do so much to make it look so simple to give back to their organization, right? If you came out to Capstone Contributes this year, it was amazing. I wasn't feeling the best. You probably saw that with my mask. However, most of the preparation, most of what's needed for that day is all brought by help. The reason why I'm telling you this is amazing organization. If you have a company that you work for, or you own a company that's looking to give back in some way, but it's always kind of held you back because you're like, dang, there's so much work involved in doing that. What's it really worth? Maybe we just cut a check. No, with help, you can do something like this and really just change so many people's lives, not just the kids, but also the people that show up, right? And we see it. This year we saw it at Capstone Contributes. The feedback, most of the people who have given me the most positive feedback brought kids out to the event, right? Their kids get to fill the bags. Their kids get to feel like they're giving back and contributing in certain ways. And that's why I Capstone Contribute, right? But I'm so proud of the team, all the supporters, all of you that made Capstone Contributes happen and will continue to make it happen, because at the end of the day, like, it's just such an amazing, amazing day for giving back to the community. And it's a lot of work, but it's not as much work as you might think, because help makes it so simple. So if you are looking to give back in a certain way, help has other different, and I know I'm giving a huge plug right now. I'm so passionate about what they're doing because I think it's so needed right now. Here on our block, where our office is, we're definitely seeing more of a homelessness issue than we've seen in the past, and it's not going to get better before it gets worse. So the more we can do to help people out there that are less fortunate, let's do it. Thanks so much for listening to me stand on the soapbox and give a quick presentation. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching this week. Again, super proud of the team for this. Super proud of everyone who's contributed to this. My wife's my biggest supporter. Like, she's just so engaged with everything that we do, and Rachel, you're the best thing ever. Love you, and thank you for watching.